especially in that goal, I have to admit that what I like is that Kevin won that duel. And I love it. And that action, I love that. He win that duel.
I think you've played 47 games now this season. There's a possibility that you may play 14 more if you got to the two finals. Is there any concern at all about the number of games that your players have had to go through?
Next one. I don't count how many games we're going to play. I don't care. So important is we are there. In all competitions, we have a final in 4 days, and the team is going to play a Bayern limit because I know the character, personality in this stadium and the players they have and German mentality, so we know it, and we have to work a lot be stable mentally in our bad moments and go there so aggressive to win the game, to score goals and win the game. This is the mindset I have, and I would like to put in the mind of my players. And of course, still I didn't watch the game. We're going to watch tomorrow, or maybe tonight I start to watch it and see how many things we can do better and prevent the good things they can do and try to win the game.
What I mean is, though, that today you've taken off players quite early when the game was won. Are you going to have to look for opportunities where you can for the rest of the season to try and rest players, even if it's for 10 minutes here, 15 minutes there, to try and save the legs of the players for the rest of the season? Because
there are so important players that everybody knows. It's not necessary to be a manager to say how many players for the minutes they play, for the influence that we have is so important. But of course, when the result is a little bit comfortable, it was not decisive. Always I learned this lesson today, so maybe I did too much early, and I have to be careful because football here in the Premier League and everywhere always it can happen. And of course, when the game is more or less, I had the feeling more than, because you can have a game like, for example, 2-0, 20 minutes left, and you have the feeling during the game that nothing can happen. And there are games that we are 3-0, 10 minutes left, and a lot of things can happen against you. And that's why I have to learn a little bit on that, because at the end we have to admit it, the game wasn't risky at the end. And football, everything can happen.
Pep, you mentioned there the risky substitutions and how the game almost panned out. Does goal difference factor into your decision making when you're making subs? Because we spoke yesterday about how close the goal difference could be.
Yes, but normally when you comment that, so you have to play natural way and do it, and of course prioritize. So for many players, play a lot of minutes, and we need a lot of energy on Thursday. But energy comes from here, not from the legs. How you will be, your mentality playing in Munich and against a top team. We saw it here, and I have to see, like we have done at home, we suffer in the bad moments, but we have to be so courage to impose our game and play. If we're going there just to not defend or a little bit passive in our game, they are able to do, like we are able to do here, we're able to do many, many good things, they are able to do it.
And on Rob's question, when you're looking at maybe resting legs or rotating or substitutions, do the next fixtures factor into your decisions as well? Obviously, big game in midweek, then a cup semi-final. Do you sort of plan 1-2 games ahead?
Game by game.
Yeah.
Now I know more or less the next game we're going to do, and after the FA Cup we see how was the game in Munich, victory, defeat, and how demanding was or not, and the Arsenal the same. So of course Arsenal have fresh legs and mind for one game a week is in that terms, but in the same time we love it to be here, and everyone is going to do his contribution.
Yeah.
I just ask about Haaland again. The second goal today. And there's been quite a few like that this year where he's been in the right place, or he's manufactured his run to get in between two defenders. Can you teach that, or you born with that?
I think the connection from Kevin and him is obvious. I think Kevin needs a runners to do his biggest quality, and Erling needs an assist player to make his runners positive. His natural way, we don't training, we didn't talk. Of course, we talk a lot. Take a look to him when he runs and put the ball there, because when the ball is correct, he has this space that's unstoppable. We know it. But they have, of course, they have a special connection. But especially in that goal, I have to admit that what I like is that Kevin won that duel. And I love it. And that action, I love that. He win that duel. And after, because the other is natural at home himself. And that is fantastic with the left foot, and the finishing and the runners from Erling was fantastic.
There seems to be, on that duel that Kevin won, there seems to be quite a lot of incidents like that in the last few weeks where the players have won the ball in the middle of midfield, perhaps with 50-50 challenges, perhaps more than they had done earlier in the season.
Will be one of the key points in the next games. There are a lot of situations against Bayern Munich. I have to review the games. I have the feeling that, especially Manu Akanji and the other ones, that thanks to win the duel, we could make an action, to attack. Otherwise, with the runners they have, with Coman, Leroy, with Gnabry or Thomas Müller, Musiala, or whatever is going to play, they will do it. So we have to be strong in this kind of situation in the next game. That's why I said the action for Kevin was so important for him. Thanks to him, you win. You score a goal. If you lose that duel, they have a chance. And in this type of games, there are many of that. That's why you have to be so aggressive, positive, and I want a team that we were there to win the game. We cannot go there to just because I know exactly the environment is in Munich, and you are a little bit passive. We will suffer.
Last one, we're back, please, guys.
Excuse me if you asked this yesterday, but with the situation with Sadio Mane being suspended by Bayern, do you think that situation, have you known anything like that, and does that make them more dangerous, or does that show them as a broken team?
Absolutely. Sometimes you need that conflict to make the team more together. I'm pretty sure of that. It's not a weak point for him, it's a strong point against us will be. I'm pretty sure of that. I know this club perfectly, few players of them. And I can imagine the situation against City. We play there, the players will do their best. The best performance for Bayern Munich will do on Wednesday in Allianz Arena. But I'm pretty sure would happen here if the situation was the opposite, with 3-0 down. Today we didn't win, in some conflict. The team will be, okay, it's a final for us. I know exactly what you have to do, and they will do it. I'm pretty sure.